All right, so this is my second YouTube video, and this is going to be a fun topic. I want to talk about the millionaire version of you because everybody, as corny as it sounds, everybody has a version of themselves that's the best. That's the best possible version of themselves. Think about yourself for the past 2 years, 3 years, if you did everything the best you possibly could. If you went to the gym every single time, if you had the best workout every single time, if you went to sleep instead of doom scrolling every single time, if you didn't eat that piece of junk food and it built your character, built your discipline, everybody has that version of themselves. It's about tapping into it. It's 2025. There's so many books on productivity, becoming, on personal development. I mean, you can go down the road and just keep reading books and books and books on productivity and personal development, and yet you can still stay stuck in the same exact place. I want to talk about something very interesting today, and it's trying to achieve goals as yourself versus trying to achieve goals as the millionaire version of yourself. Now, I'm using the term millionaire because it's a buzzword, but really it's the best version of yourself, the most disciplined, the most optimal, the smartest, the one with the best habits, all of that stuff. Because I think the purpose of life is to, well, my opinion, you might disagree, is to achieve goals. We have desires in our mind, whoever put them there, and we want to display our will upon the world. We take action in the physical realm and we try to change our circumstances and alter. It's either you change your circumstances or you let life dictate the terms of your life. And if you're watching this, that's not you. You're not just going to be submissive to fate. You're going to try to wield your own destiny. But, it's difficult. You have goals, you have obstacles, and you have to overcome them. So there's really two choices. The traditional path of achieving goals is achieve them as yourself. So here you are with these characteristics. You have these flaws, you have these strengths, you have tendencies, you have behaviors, behavioral patterns. The good thing is we have neuroplasticity. We can change. So you can take action as yourself, or every single day you can wake up and take action as the best version of you. This is what we call alignment. This is what we call alignment to the best version of yourself. If you're aligned to that version and you close your eyes, you think to yourself, how does he walk? How does he talk? What does his daily routine look like? What time does he or her wake up in the morning? How do they approach their work? Is everything planned out the day before, or is it sporadic? And then trying to become that version of yourself. If you become that version, it's not a guarantee that it's going to work out for you, but it's the closest possible chance that you have, because your habits are going to be on point, your thinking is going to be on point, and spiritually, with all this law of assumption stuff, you're going to be propelled and pulled toward that lifeline where that actually exists. It's somewhere in the multiverse. And I think that's the most important thing. Because yes, the goal is interesting and the goal is great, and I'm sure a lot of relief would come with the goal. But you have to live as if that were already true. You have to live as if the goal was already achieved. But how can you live as if the goal were already achieved if you're taking the actions of someone who hasn't achieved them? Doesn't make any sense. So they talk about, yes, living in the end, talk about Neville's teachings, and all these things, and then you take action as a normal version of you. If you were already at your goal, you would be operating on a different level. That's not to say that you would be working 18-hour days. I think it'll be different for every person. But you'll definitely be more organized, chances are. You'll definitely be a little bit more punctual. You'd be more disciplined for sure. So what would change? Right? And yes, all those meditations are fantastic and affirmations, but you need to act as if you were that person today. And that's really, truly what makes all the difference in everything. So draw it out. Get a piece of paper and look at the millionaire version of you. Create characteristics like what time do they wake up? What time do they stop work? What do they do on their free time? What does their week look like? Like, do they work, what do they do? And if you were that person today, how would he approach the world? Would he go to the gym? Would he diet? Would he go to the sauna? Like, what would he do? What would his routine look like? Map it out as if You were the producer and the director of your life through that lens, through that consciousness. Then that's easy. That might take half an hour or an hour to do. The difficult part is doing that every single day. Waking up and putting yourself there and doing that every single day, applying it and staying consistent. That's the difficult part. So I invite you to do that. I invite you to go ahead and do that. And tomorrow or the rest of today, live as if you were that person. See what results you get. See if it makes you feel any better. See if you're more motivated or more inspired. Chances are you will be. And then all you got to do to reach the pinnacle of personal development. See, I think this is more important than any book you can read because everybody knows what you need to do. Yeah, you can learn a thing or two here and there. That's super useful. But chances are you already know what you need to do. You know, it's just about putting your mind in the right state where you can do that and make that a habit continuously. Because truthfully, it's not just about the goal. The goal is good, but it's also about the process of who you become on the ascension towards that goal. And that character development is way more important than the goal itself. So that being said, hopefully you liked the video, the title, The Millionaire Version of You. If you did, let me know. Feel free to give me some feedback. And then we'll try to come up with more of these and seeing how we can do it. And one last thing I want to say. I'm not an expert on any of these things. I'm someone who happens to read a lot. And I want to share some thoughts and hopefully help inspire some people along the way. This channel, I'm also going to be documenting my journey of me becoming the best version of myself. Health-wise, the gym-wise, discipline, and everything. So I'm going to show that. I'm going to walk through that. And you guys are going to see in real time how I improve. So I think that's going to be really fun. And if you're interested in something like that, then consider sticking around. But I'll see you in the next one.